Muscle cars have been my favorite class of cars for years now. So in today's video, we're going to be going over some of the best muscle cars in GTA 5 Online. This does not mean performance. I'm just talking about some really awesome muscle cars, but some of them are actually pretty decent in terms of performance. So we'll go over that as well. But anyways, I hope you enjoy and let's get into it. We're going to start off with some cheap cars you can find on the street first. The Saber Turbo and also the Saber Turbo Custom. The Saber Turbo you can find on the streets and the Saber Turbo Custom costs 490 grand. They're pretty much the exact same car, the only difference is some hydraulics. So honestly, just grab the regular Saber Turbo from the street and you will be really happy. Black them out and these cars look beautiful. I've had a Saber Turbo Custom in my garage I think since the day lowriders came out, the exact one that I purchased all the way back then, and I've loved it. It's a beautiful car. Obviously the custom version does have a few more upgrades you can put on the vehicle, but if you really just enjoy that rugged muscle look, you really don't need to buy the custom version of the vehicle. You can just find the one off the street, spend maybe 100k upgrading it at the very most, and you will be very happy. Next up we got the Vega. This is another really old, really nice looking muscle car. I have F1s on it in my garage and I think it looks really nice on this car. It would be awesome if we could have some wide body fenders on it or something, but sadly we can't put them on. But the car is a really nice car. You can find it on the street. I believe you can buy it for like $19,000 or like $21,000. Don't even bother to do that. You'll just see it driving on the street, grab it, bring it to your garage, put it in whatever color you want. There's not too many upgrades, but it's still a really nice car. Next up we have the Buccaneer, another really nice muscle car that you could find on the streets. With this car again, there is not too many upgrades, but you honestly don't need that many upgrades to make a muscle car look really nice. You just got to put some nice rims on it, maybe change the headlight color and throw a nice paint job on there, and then you guys will have a really beautiful car. I believe you can buy it as well and upgrade it into a lowrider, but there's really no point in making it into a lowrider. If you really love muscle cars, you'll like the regular version a lot more. Next up we have the regular version of the Dominator, another pretty awesome muscle car you could just find sitting on the streets. It's also a lot more modern than some of the other muscle cars we're going to be going over in this video, which some of you guys might enjoy. And out of the Dominators we have in the game, I think this one looks a lot nicer than the GTX. I don't know why, maybe because this one looks more like a Mustang to me compared to the GTX. The GTX, even though it is based off of Mustang and probably another couple cars, I just think this one looks a lot nicer. Plus, it also has a lot of cool upgrades, a lot more than some of the older muscle cars in the game have, so it's honestly pretty awesome and you can get it completely free. Next up, we have the regular version of the Faction. It's a pretty nice looking car and it looks pretty decent blacked out, I have to admit that. The issue is it does not have too many upgrades and you can't find it for free. I believe it's $36,000. If you guys do want to put a couple more upgrades on it though, you could spend another 335k, turn it into the Faction Custom, and honestly, it doesn't really have too many more body upgrades, but it's still a pretty cool looking car. You could also upgrade it into the Donks version, which I like a lot more, but if you like a regular muscle car, I would just stick with the regular Faction. It looks pretty awesome, even though it doesn't have too many customizations. Next up, we have the Dukes, another really awesome muscle car you could find on the streets. Now, I know the Beater Dukes also did just come out a little while ago, but it's not really worth it to purchase unless you want to put a few more cosmetic mods on it. They perform the exact same, and I believe the regular Dukes has a bit better acceleration and handling compared to the Beater version. And honestly, the regular version of the Dukes looks really nice. You could find it on the streets. It's a beautiful car, and honestly the paint job I have on it looks pretty nice. Not too sure about that ice white, but the base primary coat looks proper. It looks like a really nice muscle car, and you can find it on the streets for free. Now we're going to be taking a look at some more expensive muscle cars. The Deviant, it costs $512,000 and it's beautiful. The body style of this car just amazes me. It looks so nice. I'm not too sure about that orange that I put on it, but I know this for sure. If you black this thing out, and honestly any car blacked out looks beautiful, but this one looks incredible. It's a beautiful car. 500 grand really isn't that much money, and it performs really well in a drag race. So honestly, I would definitely consider buying it if I were you. Next up, we got the Vapid LE. This is a beautiful GT 500 from back in the day. It cost $565,000 and it looks incredible. There is not too many upgrades you can put on the vehicle, but the ones we have suit it so well. It's another car that isn't really that expensive when you think about it. $500,000 really is not that much money in GTA 5 anymore. So if you're really into muscle cars, you got a lot of wiggle room for what cars you want, especially if you don't have that much money. But the LE is definitely a really beautiful car, and I think every single person watching this video should own one of them. Next up, we have the Vamos, another beautiful muscle car. It's twin turbo, as you guys can see right there. It costs $596,000, and this thing is a beast. Now, before I show you this next clip, just know that this is not actually how fast the car goes, but it's how fast it really feels when you're actually driving it. It's a really nice muscle car, and honestly, it's kind of cool to see one in the game that's twin turbo, where you can actually see the turbos on the car. I really like that. They're also very subtle. It's not really crazy sticking out of the hood. You can just see them through the grille on the front of the car. The handling is also pretty decent for a muscle car. You wouldn't expect it to be so good, but it handles really well. I was traveling at speeds like 250 miles per hour here, and it handles really well. And going into drifts, as you guys can see, it's pretty damn good. But the car is awesome. I would highly suggest buying it. Like I said, it's only 600 grand, really not too expensive for an awesome car. By the way, be sure to check out uccaneer. They'll hook you up with tons of discounted games, gaming accessories, discounted gift cards, and in-game currency for dozens of your favorite games. Also, check out their new platform Gaming Giveaways, where you can win some truly awesome prizes. And don't forget, use code Frolics at checkout to get a 10% discount. Next up, we have the Tulip. Now, this car is incredible in terms of performance. It's probably one of the best drag cars that you could use in GTA 5 Online. It costs $718,000. It's pretty damn expensive, but if you bring this thing to a drag race and you launch it correctly, it will take off. Once again, I am not actually going the speed that it would go in-game. I'm going much, much faster, but I just really love driving some cars really fast. But this car is awesome. It just flies down the runway, and it looks pretty proper as well. It kind of reminds me of the body style of the Deviant a little bit. It's a really, really nice looking muscle car. So far, the most expensive one that we have on this list. But I'm telling you, if you guys enjoy going to drag races, or you enjoy joining my live streams and coming to the car meets and drag races, you'll have a great time with this car. It's awesome. Next up, we have the Gauntlet Hellfire, another amazing car. I know the price right off the top of my head because I own 8 of them, but it's $745,000. This car is awesome. I own a Challenger in real life, and comparing it in-game, it looks really cool. I wish the liveries were a little different. I wish we could have black stripes without the side stripes, or just the white side stripes instead of black ones. Those are the only issues, really, just the liveries, but it also performs really, really well in muscle car races, which is awesome. It's not the best. We'll go over the best in just a second, but this car is awesome, performs really well, and it looks incredible. And finally, we have the Click. This is another really awesome muscle car. It performs very well in muscle car races. I believe that it's the best. I've done tests before. Some other people might say other cars are the best, but I honestly think this is the best muscle car to use in races. It has a great top speed, amazing handling, amazing acceleration. So if you want a great muscle car for muscle car races, the Click is the car to buy. But it's the most expensive on this list at $909,000, which is very, very expensive. It's a pretty nice car. Doesn't look all that beautiful, but it performs really, really well. Well guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, be sure to smash a thumbs up on it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let me know if you guys think these muscle cars are awesome, or if you guys think some other ones are really awesome. Let me know down below in the comments section. But thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.